Here at RioPlex, what we're talking about is an initiative between private business, private investment, and just basically trying to get a bunch of people together. The dysfunctional family, as Joaquin Spammer referred to it, to basically all pull our resources, put our heads together, and see what's the best way to promote the region, including the Rio Grande Valley and also northern Tamaulipas. So it's very interesting and very much an about time kind of initiative to kind of talk because there's a lot of unfortunate obstacles when you're dealing with EDCs, when you're dealing with regional economic development groups. A lot of people have the right idea, but there's also certain limitations because at the end of the day, if you work for Brownsville, your job is to land investment in Brownsville. You work in McAllen, same thing with Matamoros and Reynosa. I mean, these are all 30-year-old, 40-year-old friendly rivalries, so.
How much buy-in is there on the Mexican side for this concept, this project?
On the Mexican side, speaking for CODEM, we're very interested. We've always been, myself in particular, and a lot of my fellow members of CODEM, is that we've been very interested in reaching out and trying to get more involved with our regional partners. So that started when I got invested with ResTech, which is an EDC that was made up of a lot of people from the region, Rio Grande, Rio South Texas Economic Development Council. And one of those initiatives was that I was having conversations with Rio Grande City, with Edinburgh, with McAllen, Reynosa, also Vallehermoso. The idea was to just kind of get everybody at the table to kind of have that dialogue, because at the end of the day, if we can land a big project in Reynosa or McAllen or Brownsville, it benefits the entire, southern economy, whether it's U.S. or Mexican side. And that was one of the, I'm glad that question came up here, that they asked, and they said, well, stakeholders, we should be pushing manufacturing on the U.S. side. Yes, of course, absolutely, and that's your prerogative. But at the same time, if it lands on the Mexican side, there's going to be economic positive repercussions for the entirety of the valley. Whether that means, jobs and warehousing and distribution centers on the U.S. side to accommodate that manufacturing that's going to be on the Mexican side. So I mean, it's just common sense.
Will this project mean more trips abroad, like visits to Asia, like the McAllen EDC used to do back in the day? Will there be the funding there for spreading the word, branding, marketing the RioPlex name in far-flung areas of the world?
Yeah, I hope so. And from the Mexican side, unfortunately, because unfortunately with every new government or new administration, they take all the previous work that was accomplished, and that's out the window because of depending on your political colors or your affiliations. But here, for example, like CODEM, made up of 40 plus members who have been involved in Matamoros and Brownsville for 40 years. I mean, we're not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter which new political party is at the mayor's office. So we're very much interested in taking those kind of trips, which are at our own expense. CODEM doesn't count on any support from the municipal government or state government. That's people who are giving their time and their efforts and their money, out of their own pocket to go and promote Matamoros and investment in Matamoros and also Brownsville. So yes, absolutely. I look forward to it very much.
Thank you for today's interview. Is there anything I've missed, anything else you'd like to add about this project?
I think awareness and marketing is key. The examples about how Borderplex came to be as that region taking the initiative to respond to negative perceptions. And I think that's something that's been affecting us for quite some time. Our particular region is demonized when it's convenient, election season, and at the same time, let's focus on the numbers, let's focus on the importance of what the southern Texas, northern Mexico means for the entire economy of the state of Texas. I mean, that's stuff that we should be focused on. So I applaud any efforts to kind of change the focus and to bring this kind of branding and marketing into a more positive space.